Hello mga Englishero at mga Englishera! Welcome back to another learning session with me, Ma'am Cha. So for today's video, ang i-discuss ko ay Module 3 ng English 8. Ang title nito ay Modal Verbs, Nouns, and Adverbs. So, mapapansin ninyo mamaya sa aking presentation, ang mga ginamit ko ay yung galing sa module. Kasi para mas masundan nyo kung ano na ba yung dinidiscuss ko, nasaan na ba akong part ng module. Tapos, magbibigay na lang ako ng additional examples. Okay, let's start. So, meron ako ditong dalawang sentence. Makikita nyo rin ito sa module. So, yung unang sentence is, his 75-year-old mother is too old to ride the horse. Letter B, his 75-year-old mother might be too old to ride a horse. So, maaring pag tinignan mo sa unang tingin, parang pareho lang naman sila. Pareho nga ba sila o magkaiba? So, yung sa letter A, ang ibig sabihin nito, it's a fact na matanda rin yung nanay niya, hindi na siya pwedeng mag-horseback riding. Ito namang letter B, ang ibig sabihin nito ay maaring masyado nang matanda yung nanay niya para mag-horseback riding. Kasi meron tayo ditong word na might. So, yun yung nagpaiba doon sa meaning ng sentence. Kasi, nag-express siya ng possibility na dahil sa age nung mother niya, baka hindi na siya pwedeng mag-horseback riding. So, yung might ay isang example ng modal verb. So, yun yung uunahin nating i-discuss. Ano nga ba ang modal verbs? Modal verbs are auxiliary or helping verbs which modify or change the meaning of the main verbs. You use modal verbs in giving advice or suggestions, in making requests, or in giving predictions and prohibitions. So, meron dyan sa module ninyo na table. Makikita nyo doon sa first column yung kung saan siya ginagamit, yung use. And then, yung mismong modal. And then, doon sa last column ay yung sample sentence. Unahin natin yung really certain or ang ibig sabihin nito ay sure. Sure na mangyayari. At ang modal para doon ay will, shall, must, won't, will not, shan't, shall not, can't, cannot. Ano po yung mga may not na yun? Ibig sabihin nun, kapag gusto mo i-express na hindi sure, lalagyan mo ng not para maging negative. Yung sample sentence ay, Jana's debut party will be planned secretly. So, ibig sabihin nito, sure na paplanuhin siya ng secret. Another example is, Jackson will join the military. So, ibig sabihin nun, sure na magjo-join ng military si Jackson. Next natin is, very likely. Pag sinabi natin very likely, ang ibig sabihin nun ay malaki yung possibility or may chance na siya ay mangyari. Ang modal para doon ay should and ought to. Ang sample sentence natin ay the traffic is not heavy. We should be there before the time. Ang ibig sabihin nito ay malaki ang chance na makakarating kayo on time. Another example for very likely is, there is a typhoon. I should prepare for flooding. Ang ibig sabihin nun, malaki ang chance na bumaha. Next is possibility. Pag sinabi nating possibility, ang ibig sabihin, may chance na mangyari. Pero hindi sure kung mangyayari. Ano yung pagkakaiba nung very likely tsaka possibility? Pag sinabi nating very likely, malaki yung chance na mangyari. Pag sinabi naman nating possibility, may chance na mangyari. Meron din chance na hindi. So, ano yung modal para dyan? May, might, and could. Ang example natin ay, it may rain today. So, may posibilidad na umulan. Another example is, I might go for a walk after lunch, but I'm not sure. Ang ibig sabihin nito, posible na maglakad ako or maglakad-lakad ako after lunch, pero pwede rin namang hindi. Meron lang posibilidad. Next, strong obligation. Pag sinabi nating strong obligation ay kailangan mong gawin. Obligado kang gawin. Ano yung modal para doon? Ang modal para doon ay must, have to, and need to. Yung sample sentence ay, the plan must be accomplished without her knowing it. So, ibig sabihin, kailangan mo talagang gawin. Strong obligation. Another example is, you have to pay the bills. Kailangan mo talagang bayaran. Hindi ka naman pwedeng lumusot. Strong obligation. Next naman is, weak obligation. Pag weak obligation, kailangan mong gawin, pero nasa sayo pa din. Pwede naman hindi gawin. Kasi weak nga lang siya. Ang modal para doon ay should and ought to. Kagaya na example, I should see a dentist. I have a bad breath even though I brush my teeth regularly. So dito, kailangan mong pumunta ng dentist, pero nasa sayo yun kung gusto mo or hindi. Kasi siya ay weak obligation. Pero pag strong obligation, kailangan mo talagang magpunta. So yun yung pagkakaiba nung una, yung strong obligation, tsaka itong weak obligation. Ito naman yung ibang example para sa weak obligation. Lisa should go on a diet. So, nasa sayo kung magda-diet ka or hindi. Kasi weak obligation. Another example is, you ought to finish your homework. Nasa sayo kung tatapusin mo or hindi yung homework mo. And then, yung last natin ay no obligation. Pag hindi ka naman obligadong gawin. Yung mga modals para sa no obligation ay itong mga ito. At ang sample sentence naman natin ay, I need not brush my teeth now. I will just do it later. So, wala kang obligasyon na gawin. So, yun ang ginamit mo. Need not. Pwede rin namang, I don't need to brush my teeth. So, alin dyan sa mga yan, mamimili ka lang. Kapag ka no obligation ang gusto mong i-express. Another example for that is, Lisa doesn't need to go on a diet. So, wala siyang obligasyon. Take note lang na kailangan mo pa rin tignan yung subject mo kung singular or plural. Hindi pwedeng don't lang lahat ang gagamitin mo. Kung singular siya, doesn't. Kung plural siya, don't. Okay. Let us proceed to the next table. So, yung una natin ay permission. O nag-express ng permiso, pinapayagan, pwede. Ang mga modal para dyan ay can, may, could, and might. Ang sample sentence natin ay, may I borrow your pen? So, you are asking for permission. Tatanong ka kung pwede mo bang gamitin yung pen. Another example is, can I sit beside you? So, humingi ka ng permiso or permission. Next natin is, no permission or hindi pwede, hindi pinapayagan. Ang mga modal para dyan ay can't or cannot, may not, and must not. Example natin ay, you cannot go out without a quarantine pass. Ibig sabihin, hindi ka pwedeng lumabas. Kaya cannot ang ginamit. Another example is, you can't sit beside me. Di ba kanina tinatanong mo, pwede ba ako maupo sa tabi mo? Ito naman ngayon, no permission. You can't sit beside me. Next is offer. So, ang modal para dyan ay will and shall. So, mag-o-offer ka. Ang example natin ay, I will bring your things here. Another example is, I shall give you an incentive. Next is request. So, nagre-request ka dito. Humihingi ka ng pabor. Ang modal para dyan ay will, could, and would. Or will, would, and could. Example sentence natin ay, will you open the windows? So, nagre-request ka kung pwedeng buksan yung bintana. Another example is, will you take these papers to the office? Humingi ka ng pabor o ng request na kung pwedeng dalhin yung paper sa office. Next ay promise. Ang modal para dyan ay will. Ang example sentence ay, I will come back after sunset. So, nagpa-promise ka. na gagawin mo itong isang bagay na to. Another example is, I will not leave you. Hindi kita iiwan. Nag-promise. Next is decision. Yung decision mo, nag-decide ka na gagawin mo to or hindi mo gagawin to. Ang modal para dyan ay will din. Malalaman mo lang kung ano yung pagkakaiba nila, depende sa kung ano yung gusto mong i-express. Kung nagpa-promise ka ba or nagde-decide ka. Example sentence dito ay, I will eat now. Nagdesisyon ako, nakakain ako ngayon. Another example is, I will join the English club. So, nag-decide ako na magjo-join ako sa English club. Next is, advice and suggestion. Bibigay ka ng advice, ng payo. Ang modal para dyan ay shall, should, shouldn't, and should not. Pag nakikita niyo yung word na not, ibig sabihin hindi pwede, hindi pinapayagan, or bawal. Example sentence natin dito is, you should wear appropriate attire for your job interview. So dito nagbibigay ng payo na kailangan ang isusuot mo yung appropriate na attire para sa isang job interview. Another example is, Ken should avoid eating salty foods. Ibig sabihin, nibigyan mo ng payo or suggestion si Ken na iwasan niya ang pagkain ng salty foods. Next, ability. Ipapakita na may kakayanan kang gawin ang isang bagay. Ang modal para dito ay can and could. Example, the students can sing harmoniously. Nagpapakita na ang mga estudyante ay mayroong kakayanan na kumanta harmoniously. Another example is, Trisha can play violin. So, ina-express mo na may ability si Trisha na tumugtog ng violin. Next is general truth. So, ang modal para dito ay can and may. So, ito yung sample sentence natin. Another example naman ay exercise can help reduce stress. Ngayon naman ay magpo-proceed na tayo sa modal nouns. Kanina kasi 'di ba modal verbs. Doon na tayo ngayon sa nouns. So, ang modal nouns, they express modality. Ano ba ibig sabihin ng modality? Modality is the writer's or speaker's attitude towards the world. A writer can express certainty, possibility, willingness, obligation, necessity, and ability. So, kagaya lang siya ng modal verbs. Modal nouns also express the quality or state in some manner other than as a simple fact. Doon sa inyong module ay mayroong 3 sentences. So, i-examine niyo yung sentence. The first one is, if Carl campaigns hard, his win is a certainty. Pansinin ninyo yung naka-underline na word, certainty. Ang ibig sabihin niyan ay sure na mangyayari or sure na mananalo si Carl. Yun ang ine-express nun. Next naman, Carl's friends expressed their willingness to help Carl in his campaign. Yung word na willingness, ang ibig sabihin nun ay ready sila. Willing sila na tumulong sa campaign ni Carl. Yung pangatlo naman, there is likelihood that the students will vote for Carl. Ibig sabihin ng word na likelihood ay may chance na yung mga estudyante ay iboto si Carl. Makikita nyo yung pagkakaiba, di ba? Yung una, certainty. Ibig sabihin ay sure. Yung willingness naman ay ready. Ready na tumulong or ready na gawin ang isang bagay. Yung likelihood naman ay may chance. Kagaya dito, may chance na iboto si Carl. Doon na tayo ngayon sa table. The first one is possibility. Ano yung meaning niya? The condition or fact of being possible or posibleng mangyari sa Tagalog. Ang sample sentence natin ay, there is a possibility of rain tomorrow. Ina-express dito na posible na umulan bukas. Another example is, there's a possibility that you will get a promotion. So, mayroong posibilidad na ikaw ay ma-promote. Yun yung ibig sabihin ng possibility. Next, obligation. Ang ibig sabihin naman ito, a condition or feeling of being obligated or required. Sa Tagalog ay obligadong gawin, kailangan gawin. Sample sentence ay, students have an obligation to study hard. Sinasabi dyan na obligadong mag-aral ng mabuti ang mga estudyante. Kung mapapansin ninyo, kanina kasi verbs. Tas di ba, ganito din, parang ganito din, possibility, obligation. Ito naman kasi, modal nouns naman ito. Another example for obligation is, parents have an obligation to provide for their children. Ibig sabihin, no, may obligasyon sila, obligado sila na i-provide ang mga pangangailangan or ibigay ang mga pangangailangan ng kanilang mga anak. Next natin ay necessity. Ito ay the quality or state of being in need. Kailangan, necessary. Sample sentence ay, nowadays, mobile phones are considered a necessity. Ibig sabihin, kailangan, pangangailangan. So, sabi sa sentence dyan, yung mga cellphone daw or mobile phones ay considered na necessity ngayon. Kasi lalo na ngayon, di ba? New normal na. Another example is, a home is a basic necessity for everyone. Next is ability. The quality or state of being able. May kakayanang gawin ang isang bagay. Capable. Example, I have a friend who has the ability to read minds. Ina-express dito na yung friend niya ay may kakayanang magbasa ng iniisip ng ibang tao. Another example is, she has the ability to see the good in everything. Next natin ay permission. Nagbibigay ng permission, pinapayagan, or permiso. The right or ability to do something given by someone who has the power to allow or to disallow. Pag sinabi natin disallow, hindi pinapayagan, lalagyan mo lang ngayon ng not. Ang example natin ay, my brother is given permission to play. In-express dyan na pinapayagan yung iyong kapatid na maglaro. Ito pa isang example para sa permission. You have the permission to skip one task. Pinapayagan ka. Kaya ginamit yung word na permission. Next, request. The condition or state of being requested or sought after. Ang sample sentence natin ay, the sick lady sent a request for medical assistance. Another example is, Sheena sent a request for access to their financial record. Doon na tayo sa next table. Ang una dito ay promise. A declaration to do or refrain from doing something. Pangako. Sample sentence, it is important that when we make a promise, we keep it. Another example is, I made a promise not to talk to strangers. So, ikaw ay nangako. Next, chance. The condition or fact of a particular outcome in an uncertain situation. So, maaaring mangyari, may tsansa. Sample sentence natin ay, if Tony works hard, he has a big chance of succeeding. So, sinasabi mo na kapag natrabaho si Tony ng mabuti, ay may chance siya na mag-succeed or magtagumpay in Tagalog. Another example is, Meloisa has the chance of winning the game. May chance ang manalo si Meloisa. Kaya ginamit mo yung word na chance. Next is requirement. A condition that something is needed or must be done. Kailangan gawin, required. Ang sample sentence ay, during the pandemic, quarantine pass is a requirement if one will go to the grocery store. So, ginamit yung word na requirement para sabihin na siya ay kailangan. Ano ba yung kailangan sa sentence? Quarantine pass. Another example is, having a driver's license is a requirement when driving. In-express mo na kailangan na meron kang driver's license pag ikaw ay nagmamaneho. Next is responsibility. The quality or state of being responsible. Ang sample sentence natin ay, it is the parents' responsibility to provide for their children. Mayroong responsibilidad. Another example is, it is your responsibility to submit an update of our sales every month. Next is capacity. The quality or state of being able to do something. I believe my teacher has the capacity to teach us online. May sabihin, capable yung teacher, may kapasidad, may kakayanan na magturo online. Another example is, she has the capacity to work under pressure. Next ay, doon na tayo sa modal adverbs. Doon na tayo sa last, finally. Meron tayo ulit ditong tatlong sentences. Read and examine ulit. Letter A, if Carl campaigns hard, he shall surely win. Letter B, Carl's friends are willingly happy to help him in his campaign. Letter C, the students will likely vote for Carl. Kung napansin mo na yung kanina na modal noun at saka ito, parang pareho lang naman sila na ibig sabihin. Nagkataon lang na yung isa, noun, ito naman ay adverb. Yung una kasi, surely, ibig sabihin nun, sure. Doon sa letter B naman ay willingly, ibig sabihin, sila ay ready to help or willing to help. Tapos yung letter C naman ay likely, may chance na iboto nila si Carl. Okay, so meron tayo ulit ditong table. Ang una nating modal adverb ay possibly. Anong ibig sabihin nun? Ibig sabihin nun, used to state that something is possible to happen. Sample sentence natin ay, my mother is possibly coming home today. Another example is, he is possibly the most experienced climber in the world. May posibilidad na siya ang most experienced climber in the world. Next is certainly. In a manner that is sure or without a doubt, sigurado, walang kaduda-duda. Example is, I am certainly joyful that my family is always with me. Another example is, the accident was certainly caused by human error. Ibig sabihin, sure na ang dahilan ng aksidente ay human error. Next is, obligately. In an obligate or necessary manner, kailangang gawin, obligado. My father is obligately proud to work hard for our family. Another example is, Ken is obligately happy to lead the team. Next natin is necessarily. Used to state that something is necessary or needed, kailangan. Lolo said that a person's success does not necessarily reflect one's personality towards other people. Another example is, he doesn't necessarily want to be understood. Next is ably, in a skillful or competent manner. Ang example natin is, Tonton dances ably during the party. Next, or another example is, she controlled the meeting very ably. Next natin is, requisitely. Used to state something that is essential or important for a particular purpose. Kailangan siyang gawin kasi importante siya. Merong particular purpose or merong dahilan. Sample sentence natin ay, I have to requisitely answer my homework. Another example is, you have to requisitely finish the activities in the module. Gaya ng ginagawa nyo ngayon, kailangan nyong sagutan yung mga activities sa module kasi importante siya. May purpose siya. Next is promisingly. In a promising manner or likely to develop in a desirable fashion. Example is, the concert started promisingly but it did not maintain the interest of its audience. Kumbaga, maganda yung simula. Another example for promisingly is, the day began promisingly with bright sunshine. So maganda ang simula nung araw. Next is decidedly, in a manner that is free from doubt. Walang duda, walang pag-aalinlangan. My sister is decidedly supportive of my hobby. Another example is the story was decidedly becoming intricate by the minute. Next, responsibly, in a responsible manner. The police responsibly helped the old man cross the road. Another example, madalas ninyong naririnig, she drinks responsibly or drink responsibly. Paano ba yun? Kailangan, pag uminom ka, responsable ka na hindi yung nagwawala ka. Yun yung ibig sabihin nun. Yung responsible ka dun sa gagawin mo. Next is permissibly. Used to state something that is granted or given permission. Ibig sabihin, pinapayagan, pwede. I played permissibly with my friends. Pinapayagan siya na makipaglaro sa kanyang mga kaibigan. Another example is, Diane went out permissibly with her friends. Okay, what have you observed with the forms of modal adverbs? Noticeably, most modal adverbs have equivalent modal noun forms. Some of the examples are possibly and possibility, necessarily and necessity, certainly and certainty, etc. Pareho sila na ini-express. Nagkataon lang na yung isa ay adverb at yung isa naman ay noun. Finally, tapos na ang ating discussion. Ngayon, kung tatanungin niyo ako, ma'am, paano ko po malalaman kung ano po yung gagamitin ko? Napakadami naman po no, nakakalito. O hindi ko po kabisado, ma'am. Ganito lang yan. Sa sentence, tingnan mo muna, ano ba yung kailangan mo? Noun, verb, or adverb. Kapag nakapag-decide ka na kung ano yung kailangan mo, let's say ang kailangan mo ay verb or modal verb, titingnan mo na kung ano yung gustong i-express ng sentence. Di ba nabanggit naman kanina na kung ang i-express ay ability, ano yung gagamitin? Kung ang i-express ay permission, ano yung gagamitin? So, dito na nagtatapos ang ating session. Thank you for watching. Bye!